Hello everyone. So now in this example here, we're still going to simplify the expression using exponent rules. And so I'm just trying to establish what rules should I be using first. So here, what I'm going to do is just look at each piece, reading from left to right? Because what you notice is that when you look at what's inside of the parentheses, there's nothing that I can simplify, right? You can't simplify 2 times x cubed times y, looking at what I highlighted in yellow there. And then in green, looking at that piece, I can't simplify 2x y to the 5th. So now I go and I look at the exponent, right? So looking at what's in yellow, I see that I have 2 cubed y all raised to the 4th. And so we can use an exponent rule to simplify that, right? We can say that this is 2 to the 4th times x to the 3rd raised to the 4th times y to the 4th. And so what I'm using there, right, is just this general rule of if I have something like ab to the n, that's a to the n, b to the n. Now I'm going to do the same idea with what I highlighted in green, right? So this just becomes 2 squared, x squared, y to the 5th squared. Okay, and so now finally here, I just need to simplify in the first term x cubed to the 4th, right? And so we have an exponent rule for that says that you would multiply those exponents. So this becomes 2 to the 4th x to the 3 times 4, y to the 4th, and then that's being multiplied by 2 squared, x squared, y to the 5 times 2. Right, so that's the rule that I was using here to compute this part. I used on these terms here. Okay, so now looking at what we're left with here, I have a whole string of stuff being multiplied together. And so now what I'm looking for is things that have the same base. So I can use that exponent rule where, since I'm multiplying all these terms together, as long as they have the same base, I can add the exponents. Right, so here, and I guess before we get started with that, I can simplify that this is x to the 12th, y to the 4th, times 2 squared, x squared, y to the 10th. Okay, so yeah, we should probably look at this first. And so what I notice here is that these 2's have the same base, right? And so I can say that this is just going to be 2 to the 4 plus 2. And then these x's have the same base here because their base is x. So now this is going to be times x to the 12 plus 2 times, and then these y's have the same base, of course, and so now this is just going to be y to the 4 plus 10. Right, and I'm using this rule, x to the m times x to the n is equal to x to the m plus n. And so your final answer would be this.